All right, heat number one, we'll have Mikey Mixter and John Bennett on the front row, George Edenfield and Chris Standridge on the second row, Ryan Nesbitt and Tom the Missile Land on the third row, Bryce Weldon rounding out the field for heat number one. Just about everybody is lined out, just waiting on the pace truck to get rolling. It'd be funny if the pace truck was faster than these little cars. These little cars have just 122 horsepower on 1,100 pounds, a top speed of 119 miles an hour though. And what is Bryce doing? I mean, you're not warming the tires on a dirt track. Looks like he's just trying to get a little slide on. Pace truck is in. Out of turn four they come, and green flag is in the air. They're down and away, and oh! John Bennett has a problem right off the, or Mikey Mixter right off the start. Several cars losing a lot of ground, and Tom the Missile Land capitalizes on it. By the time he comes off the back straightaway, he goes from 6th to the lead. Mikey Mixter struggling early. Can't get the car to turn right, and we've got cars bouncing all over the place. Meanwhile, Tom Land is up front, and here comes Ryan Nesbitt around Chris Standridge. And Tom Land just turned the fastest lap of the night so far at 15.77. And starting to pull away from Ryan Nesbitt. Meanwhile, Bryce Weldon had an issue a moment ago. Coming out of turn four. Oh, got together with, and that was a couple of cars getting together there. That was Bryce Weldon and John Bennett getting together there out of turn four. Tom Land out front, but Ryan Nesbitt has continued to close the gap. He just ran the fastest lap, outdoing Tom's lap by 1/10 of a second. White flag is in the air, and it's going to be a two-car battle for the lead to the flag. Tom Land out front, and he's actually getting into lap traffic here. Out of turn four, it will be Tom Land for the win. Ryan Nesbitt tried to jump down to the bottom. He gets second, and Chris Standridge finishes third, and now yeet. And this is how you celebrate. All right, heat number two is going to see Nick Frank and Chad Biesinger up front, Corey Goodall, Wayne Bridges on the second row, David Baldessar and David Gilmer on the third row. Could end up seeing some issues on the start like we had with the first heat. Leader getting on the gas, and it looked like he just spun. Nick Fancy Frank. Can't call him Mullet anymore. Even though he put mullet on the side of his car, he shaved his head. I don't know if that's actually okay. We'll have to find out. Obviously, losing 7 horsepower due to shaving the mullet is going to have an impact. All right, green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Chad Biesinger on the high side gets a great jump. And they stack up on the bottom. It looks like the high side might be the way to go here. Nick Frank has moved up, and here comes Corey Goodall on the bottom through 3 and 4. We've got a wreck behind. Nick Frank, David Baldessare both wreck out of turn 4. And we have still got one heck of a lead out front. Let's see what happened to Nick and David. And there's Nick coming through 3 and 4. Has to pull down just a little bit to make sure he didn't get into Wayne, and gets into David Baldessare. Corey Goodall now to the lead, but Wayne Bridges turned the hot lap this time. Wayne Bridges has something figured out. He's 0.2 of a second faster than everybody else right now. And as soon as I say that, Corey Goodall ran the fastest lap and was a couple tenths faster. And Corey pulling away. David Gilmer now into second. There's a battle on for third, though, as Chad Biesinger comes by David Baldessare, comes by David Gilmer. Too many Davids. Sorry, Gilmer in second, Baldessare in third, Chad Biesinger in fourth. As they come to the checker flag, it's going to be Corey Goodall with the win. David Gilmer manages to pull off a second place finish. David Baldessare, after having the wreck with Nick Frank, comes in third. Chad Biesinger is fourth, Wayne Bridges is fifth, and Nick Frank is sixth. All right, now they'll have just a couple of minutes for warm-up. If you didn't get to the snack bar and get to hit the share button beforehand, now would be the time. And expect throughout this Dirt to Daytona series, expect Nick to have some very funny paint schemes. Bryce Weldon now off pit road, but there is Corey Goodall, and a lot of surprises there during the heats as both of the Davids managed to come charging forward. And a lot of back and forth. Guys that were fast early on were going backwards quite a bit. So it'll be really interesting to see who comes out on top here. Ryan Nesbitt now turning a fast lap, and they are turning even faster laps than they were in the heats now. I'm guessing the air temperature has dropped. No, it has not. Neither is the track temperature. And now the Missile is the fastest on track, and it looked like he was trying to get to victory lane and made a mistake there. Ryan Nesbitt now the fastest. I honestly think one of them is watching, and whenever I'm looking at them and say something, then they suddenly decide, oh, our name was mentioned, it's time to wreck. So let's see, Bryce Weldon, now third fastest. No. Nesbitt back on top, and Tom Land in second. Newcomer David Gilmer, though, he is picking up a ton of speed here. He is now up to third. Bryce Weldon in fourth. Fifth is Corey Goodall. And Bryce Weldon just turned the fastest lap. This is going to be a very interesting battle here tonight with these guys swapping the top spots during the heats, during the warm-up, during practice. The top spot was never held by one driver for any length of time, and with these guys finding more and more, Bryce goes around. There's Corey Goodall. He's been on top during practice and warm-ups as well. With these positions swapping, with guys finding more and more speed throughout, this could get very interesting as this race goes on. Don't expect it to spread. I'll be very surprised if the field spreads out based on what we're seeing on track during warm-up. And Ryan Nesbitt, Chris Standridge get together in turns 1 and 2. David Baldessar, another driver to watch closely, as he was coming on very quickly in his heat and had some very fast laps in practice. Plus, with his car being rusty, if some of it falls off, he might be faster. All right. Feature event will see Tom the Missile land and Corey Goodall on the front row. Ryan Nesbitt, David Gilmer on the second row. Chris Standridge and David Baldessar on the third row. George Edenfield and Chad Biesinger on the fourth row. Mikey Mixter and Wayne Bridges rounding out the top 10. Bryce Weldon 11th and Nick Frank is 12th. 13th is John Bennett. Based on what we saw in practice, based on what we saw in the heats, I don't think this race will finish with any driver anywhere near where they're starting. You never know. Tom Land, Corey Goodall, both extremely fast, but I mean, the way that these laps have been going here tonight, it's anybody's guess. And Kokomo in itself has some surprises of its own for the drivers usually. And don't forget, immediately following this, we will have the Enduro event. That's going to be a lot of fun. It will involve AI drivers. We'll get more into detail in the pre-race for that event. Pace Truck is in. And here we go. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. The missile is away. Ryan Nesbitt now down to the inside of Corey Goodall. Not seeing a lot of drivers up high yet. I say that. Looks like we've got one. I think that's Wayne Bridges way up high. Tom Land pulling away. Oh, Chris Standridge gets into the 10. The newcomer of David Gilmer. And this is just a lot of chaos. The front three have kind of started to build a lead, but these guys in the middle are battling for every inch of track right now. Tom Land is out front. Bryce Weldon just ran the fastest lap of the race so far. He is currently in 5th. He started in 11th. He might be the biggest mover so far. We'll have to watch him closely as he looks to the inside on Chris Standridge. And comes up. Oh, Tom Land is in the dug tires. The missile has hit a tire. And Ryan Nesbitt now out front. Corey Goodall in second. And here comes Bryce Weldon in third, who started in 11th place, has navigated his way through the field. Chris Standridge in 4th. David Gilmer in 5th. Looks to the inside. It looks like Gilmer's got a run on the bottom. And he's got David Baldessar helping push him through the turn. Caution is out. And it looks like some of our lead cars. There's Corey Goodall. And I believe that is Bryce Weldon as they get together coming off of turn 2. Bryce Weldon briefly stuck on Corey's car. All right, let's, hopefully we'll get this sorted out here in a moment. Looks like Ryan Nesbitt is going to be in the lead. Chris Standridge in second, David Gilmer in third, David Baldessar is 4th, George Edenfield is 5th. The missile is back to 6th after hitting a dug tire. Wayne Bridges is 7th, Corey Goodall is 8th. Mikey Mixter is 9th, Chad Biesinger is 10th, Nick Frank 11th, and John Bennett in 12th. They'll get the one to go, this time by Barney the Flagman standing on top of the box. And in case you're on Twitter, Barney the Flagman has his own Twitter account. It is quite comical. All right, they are stacked back up side by side coming out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. Ryan Nesbitt and Corey Goodall are going to lead them down. Nesbitt gets a good run on the inside on the restart. During Heat 2, we saw that outside line really working well, but nobody really getting up there through 1 and 2. And 3 wide through turn 3 as David Baldessare slung that car around. He's now they're trying to make it 4 wide. A lot of banging coming through 1 and 2. They're going to be 4 wide into 3 and 4. This won't end well. We've got a car off in the infield. We've got 2 trying to go around. That was Mikey Mixter, I believe, that ended up in the infield. Caution is out. David Baldessare is caught. Off into 1. It looks like, holy cow. Let's see that again. Tom Land, Chris Standridge, they have to check up, and there goes a driver, just gets into him right in front of this at the exact same time. There is Tom Land, and Corey Goodall gets a little loose. They get together. Corey gets the Doug tire. And a couple of drivers are on pit road. Looks like Corey Goodall is on pit road at the moment. Ryan Nesbitt still out front. David Gilmer now in second. Chris Standridge is in third. George Edenfield is fourth. Waiting to see how all of this shakes out. This is just so much fun. Guys getting their wave arounds, getting back to the lead lap. It'll be Nesbitt, then Gilmer, Standridge, Bennett, Edenfield, the Missile, Mikey Mixter, David Baldessare, Nick Frank. Pace car is in. They're still trying to get stacked up behind. This could get interesting as a couple of guys are so far back, they're going to catch up and still be at full speed. Green flag is in the air. Nesbitt's away, but Gilmer looking to the high side. And, oh, Nesbitt is sideways. Gilmer has to stop. And caution is out again. Let's get a closer look at what happened to Ryan Nesbitt and David Gilmer. Ryan Nesbitt just slung it a little bit. Gilbert gets into him. Gilbert stops. Gets going again, and Ryan Nesbitt goes around. Now we'll have to see who has scored in the lead. And it looks like George Edenfield now has the lead. As they get everything sorted out, it's George Edenfield up front, John Bennett in second. Tom Land is third, Mikey Mixter is fourth, David Baldessare is fifth. Everybody lining up single file this time. Pace car is in. I think everybody has gotten in line. There's a couple of gaps that'll make it interesting. Green flag in the air, 20 to go at the line. Edenfield down and away, and this is the first time we've seen the leader go to the high side immediately, but we've got a car going to the bottom there. That's Tom the Missile Land. Tom on the bottom going for the lead. And Tom Land is back in the lead, but George Edenfield making that high line work really well through 1 and 2. Further back, it's just a bunch of chaos as guys trying to find any fast line around the track, and they're too wide. Corey Goodall bumps Chris Standridge, and Corey Goodall is going around, but he gets to the infield. No caution. Goodall is back out on track. He's going to be about a half lap down behind the leader. As Tom Land, he's almost in front of the leader. George Edenfield now in second. David Baldessare back up to third. John Bennett is fourth. Ryan Nesbitt now back up in fifth, making his way back. He is trying to get to the inside. And here comes Chris Standridge on the bottom as well. Mikey Mixter had an incident. Let's see what happened to Mikey. There's Mikey on the bottom, gets down too low, jumps through the infield, catches the Doug tire, and destroys the car. And gets another one. Tom Land is checking out from the field. Almost a 3-second lead over Baldessare now. Edenfield in third. Ryan Nesbitt in fourth, and a hungry pack behind him as Chris Standridge, David Gilmer, and John Bennett are battling for fifth. Looks like Bennett is getting a big run through the middle of the corner, but loses it on exit. He was right on the back bumper a moment ago. Mikey Mixter has gone to pit road. And Tom Land is actually starting to lap some cars. Corey Goodall's already been lapped, and now Nick Fancy Frank is going to go to the high side and let the leader by. So the next target for the missile is going to be Wayne Bridges. I'm sorry, Chad Biesinger. Wayne just getting, they're still battling side by side, so the missile might get them both. David Baldessare in second is 4.5 seconds back, and he's got Edenfield right there with him. Chris Standridge is battling David Gilmer. 10 laps to go. Tom Land, as long as this thing stays green, no mistakes. Tom Land has got it locked up as he's about to catch up. And there you see it. Caution, this is not what the missile wanted to see. Let's see what brought the caution out, apparently involving Chris Standridge down through 3 and 4. Oh, Chris clipped a little bit of the Doug tire there. Mikey Mixter still on pit road. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him while we are under caution. Hey, Mikey, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, Doug?
Hey, I just have to ask, are you trying to help Doug Tire Norton do some advertising tonight?
But not only did I hit one tire, once I straightened out, I hit another one.
I saw that.
I hate these cars so much. Like I told the guys in the chat, I was like, I just need to make it through the race, get my points, and then we're headed to Daytona.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, back to green, and Tom Land already trying to pull away from David Baldessare. He's got just 8 laps to go. Meanwhile, there's a battle for third as Edenfield and Gilmer are side by side. And it looks like Gilmer's going to go ahead, and Ryan Nesbitt's going to try and take advantage of the opening on the bottom. Can he get there? Now Gilmer to third, trying to run down David Baldessare. Is Gilmer the one that can get up there and do something with Tom Land? 6 laps to go for the missile. Further back, John Bennett in 6th. Chris Standridge in 7th. We're about to have an incident here as they both go around. Bennett goes to pit road. Standridge trying to get the car going the right way. He does it. No caution. Wayne Bridges is now up in 6th. Corey Goodall trying to run him down. And lap traffic becoming an issue as Mikey Mixter hits another tire. And the missile has got to be loving this. He's got a 2-second lead over Baldessare. 4 laps, coming to 3 to go. Caution, this is not what the missile wanted. And it looks like it's Fancy. Nick Frank drifts through 3 and 4 and just loses the back end. A bit of a close call for another driver, but he manages to keep it going the right way. Hey, Fancy, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
All right, so Mikey's already said he completely hates these cars. How are you feeling about it right after that incident?
Well, seeing how that was a self-involved incident, and in order to avoid the field, I just hurry up and towed. I'm not having the greatest time driving these. I mean, they are fun to drive, but I don't like seeing the backs of everybody else's cars.
Well, hopefully you can redeem yourself in the Enduro.
Oh, I'm targeting every one of the guys in the first three in the Enduro.
All right, good luck, man.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, Tom the Missile Land gonna have just a couple of laps to get it done. Pace car is in. David Baldessere right behind him, then Nesbitt, then Gilmer, then Edenfield. Green flag is in the air. It'll be 3 to go at the line. And Tom Land gets another good restart. Baldessere has Ryan Nesbitt all over the back bumper. Nesbitt looking to the inside, and here comes Gilmer. Nesbitt clears for second. And Tom Land has got to keep an eye on his mirror because Ryan Nesbitt is coming for him. He's going to get the white flag. Caution! And we haven't even talked about Wayne Bridges tonight. This will be the first time. Looks like him and Corey Goodall racing, and as similar to what Nick Frank did, he just lost the back end going through the turn. And definitely not what Tom Land wanted to see. That puts Ryan Nesbitt right on his back bumper. And it looks like we are getting 1 to go. My apologies. It looked like Barney had stopped waving the flag and we were going to get 1 to go. It looks like they delayed for 1 lap. We will have a green-white checkered finish here at Kokomo. And as mentioned, don't forget, you want to stick around. You want to invite your friends and family. If you have not seen an Enduro with these guys, you have no idea what you're in store for. Especially tonight with what they have set up. But right now, it's green-white checkers for Tom Land. He's down and away. Green flag is in the air. Ryan Nesbitt all over the back bumper. We've seen Gilmer coming forward too. He's in 4th. Baldessere in 3rd. Tom Land has a bit of an advantage as he comes to the white flag. Ryan Nesbitt still trying to find some speed here. Nesbitt sends it hard into 1 and 2. Gains a lot of ground back on Tom Land, but Land gets a good jump out of 2, and here we go. Nesbitt looking to the inside. He is pushing it hard off of turn 4. It's a photo finish, but it's going to be the missile. Tom Land gets the win. Ryan Nesbitt comes in 2nd and ran the fastest lap of the race on that last lap. David Baldessere finishes 3rd. Gilmer is 4th. George Edenfield is 5th. Chris Standridge is 6th. Corey Goodall is 7th. Chad Biesinger 8th. Wayne Bridges is 9th. Nick Frank is 10th. Then it's John Bennett 11th. Mikey Mixer, Bryce Weldon finish off track. And first off, let's see if we can get a word with Nesbitt. While they are making sure Tom gets appropriate treatment. Hey Ryan, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, what's up?
Hey buddy, I have to ask, man, how close was it for you? Because that last lap you ran was the fastest lap of the race.
It felt really good, but man, Tom made an awesome move in 1 and 2, and I didn't have anything for him.
It looked like you got down into the corner. He better than he did. You got through the middle better, and he just beat you off the corner just barely.
Yeah, Tom's been kicking my butt all night here, and I wasn't surprised when he beat me there.
Well, it's got to be some consolation to know that you did have the fastest lap, and it was a tenth of a second faster than what Tom ran.
Well, at least I got that over on him.
All right, man. Congratulations, but go have some fun.
Thank you.
Hey, Missile, it's Doug. You got me?
I do.
And you used the victory lane a little bit different than usual, and it was really rather impressive. And your car sitting just outside of victory lane is impressive too.
Yeah, well, it's oh, there we go. I'm back over again. I cannot believe I won this thing.
I have to tell you, man, you were pulling away. That second to last caution really bit you because it put Ryan right back on your back bumper. But you were really pulling away. At one point, it was like a 4.5 second lead.
Oh, I know. I was so sorry to see the caution, and then to see Ryan behind me. It was like, oh, please.
Well, I'll give you some. I don't know if you realize how close that finish was. It was about 0.2 of a second, I guess. From the angle we saw it, it looked a lot closer. But that last lap, he ran the fastest lap of the race, of the whole night. And he did it a tenth of a second faster than your fastest lap.
Wow. Hey, I'd rather be lucky than good.
I'm right there with you. Well, you won here, and now you get to go dominate on the in the Enduro as per usual.
I hope so.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's see if... Hey, David, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, well, first off, congratulations on the third place finish, especially considering how wild that race was for you.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy, man. I was just trying to hold on to the front spot there. I mean, the track started getting a little slick on the bottom, and I didn't have anything for Tom. He was doing so well and holding on to the lead, but man, it was a blast.
It looked like a lot of fun, and you definitely had an eventful race, but to come in and finish third after you started back in sixth and went backwards a couple of times, that's an impressive run.
Oh, yeah, I had to work my way up to the field, and it was tricky at first, but man, it was a good race. It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, look forward to seeing you in an Enduro here in a few minutes, and congratulations.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, David Baldesser came in third. Great finish by him and a great race by all the drivers. Now, stick around. As mentioned, we have a very special Enduro tonight. You are not going to want to miss out on the chaos that is about to ensue. In fact, hit the share button. Invite your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, random people on the streets, whoever you got to invite. You're not going to want to miss what comes next. If you haven't seen what these guys do in Enduro, you really don't know what you're missing. Stick around.